Welcome to jazztime.com. Jazztime.com is an online store that buys, sells, trades authentic luxury watches. We make these videos so our customers can easily choose the best watch for themselves in the comfort of their own home. We offer the lowest prices anywhere online. Even to know the price of the watch, simply click on the links in the description below. We greatly appreciate it if you buy a watch from jazztime.com once in a while. Today we'll be reviewing the IWC Pilot's watch. This is the Chronograph edition Le Petit print. This is the model number IW377714. Of course, links to the watch will be in the description below. We'll be going with the dial, bezel, case, crown, strap, clasp, and we'll talk about the movement towards the end of the video. Alright, so jumping right into the dial here, you can see it's a very beautiful blue dial. In terms of coloration for the blue, it is a much darker blue than you would typically see. Mainly because this specific blue coloration is supposed to, as IW explains, supposed to resemble a sort of dark night sky. For that blue coloration, and you can see that as I sort of tilt it around in the light box, you'll see various contrastings of that blue, but it'll still be in sort of that darkish hue overall for the dial itself, whereas these sub dials have sort of a lighter tone of the blue itself. Of course, having extra sub dials typically means that the watch is a chronograph watch, as we have a chronograph pusher at the 2 o'clock and 4 o'clock position. Elapsed time sub dials, we're looking at a 30-minute elapsed time at the 12 o'clock position, 12-hour elapsed time at the 6 o'clock position, and the 60 seconds at the 9 o'clock position. Of course, this actual second hands that's ticking down with a nice actually hint of the red for the hand to give it a nice little pop and contrast against the sort of just blue and white coloration. This is actually the seconds that are taken down for the watch itself, as the central seconds hand is just the chronograph feature for the watch. This is the central seconds hand to use for the elapsed time. And I can show you how that works very quickly here. So at the 2 o'clock and 4 o'clock position pushes, you can see very beautiful high polished chronograph pushers. We're going to press that 2 o'clock position which will start. And of course, pressing it again will stop. And at the 4 o'clock position, we'll reset it. And that's how you use that sort of stopwatch feature, the chronograph feature for this watch. So very simple, very easy to use feature. You probably won't be actually using it for anything aviator related. I could be wrong. You could be using it. You might be able to be using it, but otherwise you can use it to track elapsed time for just other mundane things around the house, such as how fast you can walk or run a mile, how long a business meeting is taking, how long you've had something in the oven. It's very quick, very easy to use, and it's just a nice little feature to have, even though you may not even use it at all. Other than that, the special name for this watch that I mentioned is the Le Petit print. This is actually in to sort of commemorate the literary work of the author Anthony de Saint-Exupéry. I might have said that name wrong, but he actually wrote one of the best-selling books in literal history. It's been translated multiple different times. But this watch is sort of a commemoration of that, as I believe he was a pilot before World War II, and I believe he did do a pilot mission after World War II, was drafted, went to the French Air Force, I believe, but later on was missing in action in about 1944, I believe. But this watch is sort of a commemoration to that and to him in general, because this is a aviator's pilot's watch. So that sort of blue coloration is the commemoration of that his literal, basically himself and Anthony de Saint-Exupéry and his literary work Le Petit Prince. And actually, one interesting thing about the sort of naming of the Le Petit Prince is actually on the backside is the actual watermarking. Not watermarking, but you can see this sort of shaping of the Le Petit Prince on the case back, which is a really neat little feature of that. All right. So besides that, I mean, the dial is nice and easy to read. Of course, is with aviator, with pilots in mind, you just want to take a quick glance at your watch. We have beautiful landmarking of the 12 o'clock position of the triangular arrow marker, Arabic numerals, and then large fat indices around the very outer edge with smaller indices in between. And of course, very, very easy to read. We have large hands as well for the hour and the minute hand. And at the 3 o'clock position, we actually have the day and the date. Let me go ahead and move that hand out of the way so you can actually see that. So you can see the IWC name there, and then we have the day and the date, and then Schaffhausen text right underneath that. Specifically for this dial, it is luminous, so it does have some glow in the dark features, and I'll actually show you exactly where it glows in the dark by simply powering up that lume. Turn off my light here, and you can see, bam! Look at that. Very easy to read at a glance. Triangular hour marker. The landmarking of 3, 6, and 9, and the hour and minute hand makes it very easy to read at night as well. So you can wear this watch, you know, out during the day and still keep it on during the evening to be able to read it as well. So very beautiful dial coloration. Once again, that dark blue, easy to read Arabic numerals for during the day, easy glow in the dark features to be able to read it at night. All right. Besides that, we're gonna go ahead and move on to the bezel. As you can see, not very much to say about the bezel, as this is just a steel watch. So we have a stainless steel bezel. That's a nice high polish around the very outer edge of it. You can see that the crystal sits just a little bit above it, but that nice sort of borderation of high polish brings a nice window framing to the face of the watch, giving it a nice shine to pair with that nice hue of blue. Moving on to the case itself, it is a stainless steel case. So from an index finger to my thumb here, it's a 43 in diameter, in millimeters for the case diameter. The height of the watch is about 15 and a half millimeters thick, so you can see quite a thick watch in general. It probably won't fit under your suit cuffs or dress cuffs. It just might be a little bit tight, but otherwise still it has a nice profile to it overall. You can see very beautiful brushing of the steel on the side profile of the case, and you can see that nice high polish on the edge of the bezel as well. And even a nice polishing from the back of the case. You can see that sits underneath, and then the chamfers are nicely high polished around the edges of it. You can see these are chamfers here, the nice little high polish. And on the other side as well, nice very high polish once more, and then brush finish once again. High polish on the chronograph pushers, and a little bit on the crown itself. All right, for the crown, as we move on to the crown features, it's just a simple screw down crown, which we're going to unwind counterclockwise as shown. In the standard position is where you can wind the watch. About 15 to 20 winds is all you need to get it started from a dead stop. Dead stop meaning that if you place this watch, this is an automatic watch, so if you place it down, it is going to run out of juice eventually until you rewind the watch, or just keep the watch on your wrist with the kinetic movements of your wrist to keep it going. Otherwise, at the 3 o'clock position, in the next position, we'll be able to adjust the day and the date very quickly. So adjusting the days by going counterclockwise, you can see very quick adjustment of the day, and then adjustment of the days by going clockwise. So very easy to adjust. And of course, pulling the crown out to the final position will allow you to adjust your hands bidirectionally as shown. So I'm just going to go ahead and reset it back to that sort of 8 and 20 position, because I don't want to block too much of the dial for you to see. Of course, always make sure to screw the crown nice and tight in against the case, as you want to keep your watch water resistant. Specifically for this watch, you're looking at 6 bars. All right, moving on to the strap now. The strap is just a simple leather strap. It is a calf skin strap. You can see very beautiful tapering from the initial part of the strap going around to the back. It is simply just a tang buckle for the strap, for the buckle portion. You can see the IWC logo there, just embossed onto the tang buckle. Nicely sand finish, brush finish. Even on the side of it as well, brush finish on that as well. And then moving through. Once again, keeps that nice tapering throughout. And then of course, beautiful cream color stitching to match on that brown strap. Once again, I'm going to show you the case back once more, because alright, so there it is, the 6 bars of water resistance, the IWC name, the Le Petit Prince name as well, and you can see sort of the watermarking of that Petit print. Very unique. All right, so for the movement now. So the movement itself is an in-house made movement by IWC. It's a caliber 79320 movement, automatic. Once again, automatic self-winding movement. So automatic being that this watch, you can simply wind it, and also wearing it on your wrist will keep it wound with a kinetic movement as the oscillator constantly spinning around from those movements to keep your watch wound and keeping time. For the power reserve, we're looking at a 44-hour power reserve, meaning that if you put this watch down, you have that 44 hours before it, goes to a complete stop. So if you pick it up at any time between the before that 44-hour period, you'll be able to keep your watch going. So otherwise, what that really means for you is that if you decide after a work day you want to put the watch down and don't feel like wearing it, you put it down over the weekend, you can pick it back up on a Sunday afternoon, be keeping time just fine. Maybe a Sunday evening it might be stopped, but otherwise you can invest in a watch winder as well to keep your watch wound if you're not interested in constantly winding your watch after placing it down over the weekend. Okay, all right, I'm gonna go ahead and show you this watch on my wrist. So let me go ahead and open that up. Give me 1 second here, just pulling it off the buckle. Here we are. As you can see, that blue dial, absolutely beautiful blue dial. That nice darkish hue, the darkish hue to it. Even with the light, on top of it, it still has that nice dark hue to it overall, and adds a nice little contrast. The nice sub dials being a nice contrast to that as well, being a lighter blue color with the blue text on top of that, makes it much easier to read at a glance. Once again, it does have the glow in the dark features of the triangular position 12 marker, the 3, 6, and 9 o'clock position on the hands, as well being able to read that watch at night. As you can see, I have an average man size wrist of a 7-inch wrist. So you can see that the 43mm doesn't actually look too big on my wrist. Maybe the height profile is a little bit high, but overall that 43mm fits pretty perfect on my wrist. You can see that beautiful calfskin strap. It just has a nice touch of the cream color stitchings. Just absolutely looks perfect in terms of contrast to each other. But otherwise, if you're interested in this watch or any other watch for the lowest possible price, check out our website at jazztime.com. We have the lowest prices guaranteed. And if you like the video, please like, comment, subscribe below. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you guys soon.
If you want to find out more about the watch you just saw in the video, you can just click below on Show More to see the full description. Then you can check the link next to Model as seen in video. Click on it and you will get to the proper page where you can see all the details. If you're watching on a mobile phone, you have to click on the arrow down on the right hand side below the video to see the full description. If you like this video, please give us a thumbs up. If you would like to share this video with your friends, you can use the share button below and share it on any platform you like. If you have questions, constructive feedback, want to tell us about some mistakes or misspeaks, just write a comment below. If you want to see more videos like this, you should subscribe to our channel and visit our channel page where you can find all the videos. And if you're interested in a specific watch brand, you can check out our playlists. If you want to check the price for a watch or want to buy one, remember at jazztime.com you always get a steep discount, so you should check the prices with us. If you want to know the price for a specific watch, just go to Google, type in JazzTime, plus the brand, model, and the details you're interested in, and Google will find the right page for you. Thank you for watching.